We're using an explicit formula for arithmetic sequences. An explicit formula means you can give in any input or any term number, and output will be the term itself. So the key to remember here is with arithmetic sequences, we have constant growth. Constant growth means it's of the form y equals mx plus b. I use this line equation as my foundation, and then we can manipulate it if we want to in any way, depending on the format of the problem. But it has to meet this, where m is our constant growth. Constant growth. And b is our zero term. All right, so those are the only two we need, and then we x and y will use whatever variables or notations that they want for our inputs and our outputs. All right, so it's arithmetic. It has to have a constant growth. So find the explicit. So what do they want us to do? They want us to find something. The explicit formula for what? The arithmetic sequence, and here it is. Note the first term should be C sub 1. All right, so now that's telling us our format. Always the first term is what they give you first, unless they tell you otherwise. So you assume always whatever is right here, there's our first term. And then it would be second and third and fourth and so on. So we always can assume this is our first term. All right, so what's our growth here? So let's take a look. Our growth is negative 45 to negative 30. Looks like they're adding 15. And then we just confirm, yes, it's another add 15. And it continues on in that same constant growth idea. All right, so now I know m is negative 15. Oh, positive 15. All these negatives threw me off a little bit. Positive 15, yep. And then what do we need left is the zero term. Well, they gave you the first term, but it's not too hard. You just need to find the zero term, so you go in the other direction. The other direction means you are subtracting 15 in this direction. So if I subtract 15 from negative 45, that'd be negative 50, negative 60. Negative 60 is our zero term. All right, so negative 60. Now, so what I got is I got y equals 15x minus 60. And we're using their notation. Their notation is C sub n. So n is your input. That's what it's going in, is the n. And then C is the output. So when I write it out, it's going to be C sub n equals 15. Now we don't use an x. What do we use? We use the n variable, minus 60. Now what that does is it'll give us any term at any point. So it's nice just to check these and confirm that everything is going good. So, ooh, I like that one right there. What term is that? Well, this is the first, second, third. That's the fourth term. So if I plug in 4 into here, do I get 0 as an output? Well, let's see. 4 times 15 is 60. 60 minus 60 is 0. So that confirms that we've done this explicit equation correctly. Explicit just means, like I said, you can find the term at any point in place given the term number, which is different than the recursive formula because it repeats upon itself and you need other values. All right, so it should get 15 n minus 60. Got it. See if the next one's any different. Okay, a little bit different here. Let's see. Maxim and Selma were asked to find, so we're find what? We're asked to find an explicit formula for this sequence. All right, so it has constant growth where the first term should be f of 1. Maxim said the formula is this. Selma said the formula is this. Which one's right? So for this case, we just go ahead and we would just find the explicit formula here. I'll do it a little bit more quickly. So 54 to 63 looks like we're adding 9. Is that true? If I add 9 to 63, I do get 72, 81. Everything looks good here. So I need the 0 term now. The 0 term, if I subtract 9 from 54, I get 45. So there's my 0 term. There's my growth. And I just plug them in. So I would have y equals, my growth is 9. My 0 term is 45. All right. And then remember, my suggestion is to write out the formula every time and to label these when you're doing them as students. And then we're just using in the context that they have. So the context that they have would be an f of n. They're putting the constant first. So 45 plus 9, n is the variable they're using. And you can see that neither one of them is correct. Okay.